Hello my lovely Leos, this is Turquoise Tarot here with your love reading for April 2016. I'm going to continue to shuffle for a few moments and then we'll lay a spread and see what messages come through. Please remember that this is a general reading, so all messages may not apply. And if you would like a private reading, I'll be posting my website in the information box below. I hope that if you enjoy the video, you'll like, share, subscribe. And if you've done so already, thank you. I very much appreciate it. So give me just a moment. I'm going to focus on the energies, the Leo energies for the month of April. First card I get is the Nine of Cups reversed, the High Priestess reversed, the Ace of Wands, Nine of Swords reversed, Two of Cups reversed, the World card, the Knight of Cups, the Sun card, and the Two of Pentacles. Overall energy at the bottom of the deck, I have the Emperor reversed. Okay, Leos. So it looks like in the month of April, if you have not done so already, you might be ending a relationship. And it looks as though you've been desiring to maintain this relationship, to try to make it work, to try to work on finding a resolution. But for one reason or another, this relationship ends. And it looks to me that you're dealing with someone who can be domineering, controlling, very kind of, they want things their way all the time. This can be an abusive relationship, either verbally, emotionally, physically, or it can combine all of those elements. Here with the Emperor reversed, that's what this card represents. Upright, the Emperor is someone who, he's in control. He maintains his empire. He's very much about rules and he's in authority. However, when this is in the reverse, it shows an abuse of that power. So it's someone trying to take your power from you, or someone trying to abuse you, manipulate you, control you, and dominate this relationship. So I feel as though this has been something that, honestly, it's a blessing. If you're in this situation and you're coming out of that kind of relationship, it's very, very good that you're getting out of that situation, and I commend you for it. But I know that initially, when you're in that kind of relationship, sometimes it can be hard to see clearly, and you're wrapped up emotionally in what is taking place. And when the relationship ends, it can feel like a big part of our lives are taken away or torn from us, especially if you're with someone that tends to want to take over your life, and they've done so for so long, and then when the relationship ends, it's as if we don't know what to do, or how to conduct ourselves, or how we're going to move forward. And this Emperor reversed, for some of you, it can be the extreme, as I discussed, where it involves abuse. For some of you, it just may be that you're with a partner who's overwhelming. They overstep your boundaries, and it makes you uncomfortable. So it can go from one to the other. This can also be an Aries or a fellow fire sign that you're dealing with, because the Emperor represents an Aries. It looks to me as if, again, I'll go over the cards here. With the Nine of Cups reversed, it's saying that maybe initially this is not something that you're desiring, the dissolving of this relationship. And the High Priestess next to this card in reverse is telling me that really you should be focusing on listening to your gut instinct. I think your gut may be telling you that this is a good thing, that this relationship is ending, even though it may not initially feel that way. And you can easily turn this card around to be in the upright, because it's really just saying you're not listening to your inner voice, you're not listening to your gut when this is in reverse. And you can do that. You have the power to do that at any time. You just have to be willing to face your fears. In the center of the reading, I have the Two of Cups reverse, which talks about, for me, it talks about dissolving a relationship, the ending of a relationship, this couple no longer being together. And next to that, underneath the Nine of Cups reversed, I have the Nine of Swords reversed. And this is telling me that you may be struggling with some restlessness or with some depression, lack of sleep. This relationship is all consuming for you. And I also am getting with this that for some of you, it's not so much that you're not wanting the relationship. It's not that you're upset that the relationship is dissolving. You're more upset presently in the relationship. And when this relationship has ended, you're going to find yourself in a much better place. Either way, whether you are upset about it ending or you are not, you're going to be in a much better situation as the outcome. I feel like for some of you, this ending has taken place already, possibly in March. And then for some of you, it's going to actually take place in April. And I want to say like, could be the middle of April. We have two nines here with the Nine of Swords and the Nine of Cups, which says to me that this relationship is almost at completion. So I think for many of you, it could be a situation where you haven't ended the relationship yet per se, but you're on that brink. Now, the other cards here in the spread, we have the Ace of Wands, the World card, and these two cards together are saying to me, you're ending an old phase in your life. This relationship has met its completion. It's done. And there's something new coming in for you, something that you're going to be very excited about. It can be a new relationship, someone new entering your life, someone who you're very passionate and driven by. But this is a new relationship. With the Knight of Cups here, I feel like two things with this. This person that you're ending the relationship with may try to sustain the relationship, may try to come back and offer their love to you. And when they do that, it puts you in a place that you feel unbalanced, you feel unsure what you should do with that offer, because mentally you know you shouldn't be with this person, but emotionally you have a lot of emotional connection and ties. So you feel a bit torn. Um, and this is also telling me that, again, a new offer coming into you. And this new offer coming in is going to create an environment. Also, when you end this relationship, there's going to be, you're just going to feel like a weight has been lifted off your shoulders, and you're just going to feel like you can relax and enjoy yourself again, enjoy life again. You're going to find new things that you're passionate about, and that motivates you and inspires you. And just like this child on the horse, he's playful, he's energetic, he's just happy, lighthearted, and that's going to be the energy that you're going to have by the end of April, going into May. But I feel like you're still going to struggle possibly with feelings of the past and moving forward. It's like you really want to move forward. You want to just let go and progress in a way. But it's challenging for you because you still have memories, and you still sometimes things will be brought up out of nowhere. A song or a scent or a particular place will remind you of this past relationship, and it might bring you emotionally back to where you were. I'm going to take the Sevillas here, and I'm going to look at a couple cards in this spread. And the first one I'd like to look at is the Knight of Cups. Okay, so on the Knight of Cups, this card is also in a past position, but it's also in a future line here at the bottom. So it can be that this partner who you are ending the relationship with does in fact try to come back and regain your regain the relationship. We have the Gran Canzoniere. This is the man who is reminiscing on what he had and desiring it again. This also talks about wishing and dreaming for something to be and it finally coming. But for me, I feel in this particular, landing on this Knight of Cups and being that this card is in the past position, I feel as though it's someone reminiscing. And then we have Disgrazia. This is like the Tower card in the Rider-Waite deck, where things are, there's a sudden shock, a sudden ending of a relationship, things being broken down to the foundations. And then we have Morte, which is death, the death of this relationship and the beginning of transformation for you. Now, I just want to say, this is not for every Leo watching this video. Of course, not all of you are in this kind of relationship, okay? This is for the Leos who are with someone who's just very domineering, very controlling, very aggressive. And they've known that this relationship has been trouble for quite some time. So don't get scared. Let's look at the Two of Cups reversed. There was a lie, some deceit. So the ending of this relationship may take place because a lie or a deception is found out. And you were the confidant, you were the friend. This can also be saying that you really trusted you really trusted your partner to an extent, but you found out a lie. You found out their deception, and there's a conversation that takes place. And I feel that's when the relationship will dissolve. Let's look at the Ace of Wands. Let's look at some good news. So what this is telling me with the Ace of Wands is when you end this relationship, it's a fresh new start for you. It's a new beginning. We have in the past Lemonale. This is a spiritual agreement, or this is nuptials. So this can be a relationship that, again, this is in the past. So this is either you are married or you were married to this individual, or you were in a serious committed relationship heading towards marriage. The Messaggero, a message comes in regarding this relationship. And La Nemica, the female rival. I feel like what this is saying is you are realizing the enemy here. You are realizing that you cannot trust this person. For some of you, and it's just a general reading, so it's not for all of you, but for some of you, this can mean that you're receiving information that there is another person that perhaps is involved with your partner or your significant other. But I feel like that's more for women than men. So if you're a woman and you maybe have your doubts, that can be a possibility. Again, it's not for all. Let's look at the Two of Pentacles here on the bottom. So on the bottom, there's maybe a bit of a struggle. You're very happy to be out of this situation, but you may have a bit of a struggle maintaining your home, handling all the responsibilities of home. Can mean that you're having issues initially handling the finances because you're used to two incomes rather than one. And here, as all Leos, you're very loyal, you're very faithful, and devoted to your family and being that strong provider. So you are going to work at it and you are going to make it work for you. And we have the Sacerdote, the priest. This tells me that for one, you will come out single from this situation. But I also feel that a measure of integrity is here, especially with the Fidelity card. You're maintaining your integrity in this situation, and you're very loyal and faithful to your home and to your family and to your commitments, and that will not change. And I feel that especially with the Sun card here, you're going to be successful. You are going to be happy. It's just that initial period of coming out of a relationship when you have to make some sacrifices in order to financially be able to move forward. It just takes adjustment, really, is what I'm trying to say. The last card that I'll look at here is the Emperor reversed. Excuse me, I have to take a drink really quick. My throat is so dry. Okay, so on the Emperor, I have the male lover. So this is a card in the past. Excuse me. I have the letter writer. So this is him sending some communication possibly. And then I have the card of jealousy, but this card of jealousy can also speak to someone who is obsessive, controlling, okay? So it can be that this is saying that this Emperor at one time was a lover. He was very maybe affectionate. There's been back and forth communication possibly, realizing that, his true character is coming out over time. So he starts out as the male lover, and then he ends as the jealous, controlling, like obsessive kind of person. That's what I'm getting on that. Excuse me. So Leo, I do see you coming out honestly on top. It's a scary transition. I know it's always scary when there's major change going on in our lives, but you're going to be much happier and you're going to be successful. It's just going to take a period of adjustment and transition, which you're fighters and you'll get through this. So that's what I have for your love reading, Leo. Please, if you have any questions, feel free to leave it in the comments below. I wish you a wonderful April 2016, and I'll be back with a general reading for you. Bye.